Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about emotional and spiritual health. If you have not subscribed, please do so, like, share, and for those who do that, I thank you. Today I just want to talk about how to cultivate our emotional intimacy with God. Emotional intimacy with God. So, we are emotional beings. God is also an emotional being. And I think depending on where you went to church or your religion or your culture, God has been made to be this person that is so distant that you can't connect with. And we read scriptures like he's in heaven, or even we've been told he's in our hearts, and our emotions sit on our hearts. So that is the irony of it all, because if you don't connect with God emotionally, you are going to struggle even spiritually, because he's an emotional being, you are emotional being too. And a lot of the times we are looking for love. Love is an emotion, and that's his God too. God is love. And that's what we are looking from people. You know, we are looking for that emotional connection, that love, where we are, bypassing God, who literally is there. And I'm not saying that being intimate with human beings is not good. As a matter of fact, is good. But I think if we bypass God, if we don't have emotional intimacy with God, we'll struggle with even other intimacies, because in intimacy with God, emotional intimacy with God helps you with so many other emotions, like low self-esteem, like knowing who you are. Yeah, so it's basic. It's a basic, I would say, a requirement to actually be intimate with God. And I think we have not been taught enough of that. So I really love to be intimate with God, because that makes me not be, feel all these other emotions like of loneliness, or not being loved, and all the things that people go through. And I'm not saying that I don't have my moments. I really do. You're human. So sometimes you feel lonely, but there are practices and there are things I want to talk about. 3 things. There are many, obviously, but 3 things that have helped me to connect emotionally with God, and it has really helped my life, because I feel that intimacy, and it leads me to deeper prayer with God and deeper walk with God. And the first thing is that I want to talk about is coming to God with all the mess you have, whatever mess you're going through. Whatever you woke up depressed, you woke up feeling doubting God, you woke up feeling jealousy, you woke up feeling like you're competing with people, you woke up feeling the wrong things you shouldn't be feeling as a Christian. And when we do that, most of the times we just feel bad about ourselves. We are like, we are not supposed to feel that way. So we run away from God, we struggle, and then when we have struggled, then we think we can come back to God. That's wrong. He came so that intimacy can actually help us with those struggles we have. Sometimes maybe even you are passive aggressive because somebody did something, and you are not coming to God with those emotions. Sometimes even you have doubt about life, about your ministry, about anything that is going on. God already knows. And if you want to cultivate that emotional intimacy, just come with him, with all that confusion to him, and just tell him, I'm here, I'm confused, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling like giving up, I'm feeling discouraged, I'm feeling whatever. You just pour it to him. That's who should be our first counselor, our first coach, to go to. Not that these other people are not necessary, but you find that if you process it with God, even when now you go to talk to other people, they will be just confirming and encouraging you. And I found that really, really, it's not something I was taught. Definitely religion, it's like it makes God look so distant, and especially if you're not perfect, whatever that perfect means to people, because there's no perfectionism. So yeah, just come to God just the way you are. And I'm not saying that you be in sin or living below God's standards just to come to him. You are coming so that he can help you, he can wash you, you can lay those struggles, those difficulties to him. And a lot of times we are looking for friends or even romantic relationships, people who can understand us, people who can go with us. We can be deep emotionally connected. Why not connect with God? He already knows you. He's gonna help you. He's not gonna judge you. He didn't come to judge you. He did not come to judge or condemn you. He came to help you with that. So connect with him at that deep level. Just come come the way you are. Okay? It's a lie that you are told that you have to come a certain way so that God can listen to you. That's a lie. That's why we need to read the word and understand it and have an understanding of who God is. I tell my clients that the thing that grieves me is that Jesus came to heal our brokenhearted, our woundedness, or being wounded, emotional pain, but we don't take it to him because we have been told that we are this and this and we are less than those people who are not struggling. So we make his effort to die on the cross in vain. Like that's what he came to help us with, but we are not asking him because we've been lied to. Anyway, because I want to not belabor that point, I want to talk about the second one, and that is if you have doubt, you have questions, and I mean questions of any nature. Even if you don't understand something, you don't understand the Trinity, you don't understand anything, and I mean anything, God already knows that you have that doubt. He knows that you have those questions. And I have seen there's this thing that people are leaving church, others are going and doing this, deconstruction. I think that's what they are calling it, where they are literally actually asking questions, but those questions God can answer. You don't have to leave the church. You are the church. Just ask him and he will answer while you're there. People will even ask, why is God a man and women are suffering so much? Why is Jesus, a man? Why should women go to another man who is, all those confusion? I've asked God those questions and he has led me to the answers, and I've been deep, because I didn't want to pretend that I don't have questions. I've asked questions about things I don't understand because the difference between asking questions and questioning God is sinful because you're questioning his character. And honestly, if you have walked with God, you should know his character. He's faithful. He's loving. He loves you unconditionally. That's why you'll even not talk to him for years and still come back, and he's still there waiting for you to come back. He loves you. He receives you. So character traits of God. You know them. I know so many of them that whatever I don't understand will not outweigh what I know about God. So, and I also know that when I come to him and I ask questions, it's not, and some people will say it's unbelief, you'll be judged in church for asking questions. No, God is not intimidated. If he was, I would really be wondering, are you hiding something about you? God is not. God will show you. And sometimes he may take long because it's not easy for us to comprehend things. Sometimes he may not even be able to answer you because you can't understand. He may just lead you to watch something, and in there he will speak to you and you'll understand something you've been struggling with. And that's how you get intimate with him, because he's ministering to your questions. He's not wanting you to struggle asking. And I'm not saying that he will answer everything, because honestly, if you knew everything, you'd be God. But if you have real questions and struggles, whatever it is, pour to him. It's better than going and doubting and saying that you're leaving church and that, it's not true. Yet you have been walking with God and you have seen that he's a good God. And so it's very important to ask him questions, and be consistent in that, in asking him questions. You don't just ask and then go ask other people and then compare. No, just follow through and let him minister to you. And I think the last thing I just wanted to say is that be consistent in doing that. Don't like just come with a question here and then you go and do research, to just listen to him, listen to his voice, be patient, be patient. That's what I'm wanting to say. Be patient, because his thoughts are higher than yours. Sometimes it takes time for him to communicate. Sometimes he'll do it actually he'll show you through, like you going through something. And if you don't want to go through that something, if you're not patient with that process, then you'll miss his voice, And actually, while we are at that, I just wanted to share that if you are patient with the process of God, you get out of whatever research or whatever questions or whatever mess you are in it, you always come out with revelation. That is a lot of the times the reason we lack revelation is because we don't wait to face the emotions we are going through, to come out the other side and see what it was. In other words, we don't create that stage for God to do miracles, when we, for instance, let's say you're going through a difficult thing or you have questions, and then you don't have that patience and you just leave the presence of God and go somewhere, then it's like you've snatched that time from God or denied him from showing you. So it's like you get out of there frustrated because you didn't get an answer. So be patient. Don't leave there until you get an answer. Like Jacob did, he wrestled with God. Sometimes you have to wrestle, and that's when you create those muscles. So it was a quick video, but definitely there are more ways you can get connected with God. You have to read his word, definitely. So I wasn't talking so much about the spiritual connection. I was talking about the emotional. So of course the spiritual, there is also that reading of his word, worshiping and all that. But this video wasn't about that. So I'm not ignoring the spiritual part. I just was talking about the emotional part, how to connect with God emotionally. Okay, so I hope it helped, and see you in the next video.